Garry Paskwietz and Darrell Rideaux here on the floor of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Darrell, after the Trojans' 49-35 victory over Arizona, it was a game, you talked earlier, it was almost like 3 games in one. Let's talk about that first half where things went so well for the Trojans.
Well, credit the Trojans on the way that they started. They made a firm emphasis that they wanted to run the game and establish the run, and boy, did they. You know, starting the game off, really loading up with Rideaux, I thought they did a great job of that. Flipping onto the other side, I thought the defense came in with the right game plan, playing a lot of man coverage, basically playing without a free safety high, bringing him in the box, and really spying on Tate, preventing him from getting going in the first half.
Yeah, 12 carries for 19 net yards in the first half for a guy who was the 4-time Pac-12 Player of the Week. It was just a really solid first half. I'm going to give so much credit, Darrell, to 2 guys, John Houston and then Jordan Iosefa down there at that outside linebacker spot for his first game. Those 2 guys really played well.
Yeah, and when you talk about Houston having played with Tate, you knew that this was going to be a big game for him. So expect the fact that he was going to watch a little bit extra film and stay in the playbook because he didn't want to be on the short side of this type of a rivalry. But when you talk about Iosefa and stepping in, filling in a big role, I thought he did a great job of containing, but also playing in space. Got his hands on the ball on a deflection that I thought came at a critical moment, and then really showed up big in the running game.
And so at halftime, things are looking good for the Trojans. Then the third quarter comes in. Arizona comes out doing some good things, moving Tate around. Yeah. But the Trojans talking about shooting themselves in the foot with those penalties and the referees getting the flags out there just kind of took the Trojans out of their rhythm, and Arizona made it a ball game.
You know, and again, everybody has a different vantage point. Some people, like yourself, watch the game from the press box, but I tend to throw myself and immerse it into the stadium and really try to get a sense of from a fan's perspective. And this stadium, it went really flat for quite some time. And I think that the Trojans felt that lack of energy, and it resonated in the third quarter. Where they were flat, it gave Arizona an opportunity to get Tate going, and they built some momentum, and it was just hard to get them, it was hard to get the Trojans back on track, while it felt like Arizona had all the momentum in the world.
Came back from a 22-point deficit and tied the game, but you mentioned it, when it comes time in the fourth quarter, that's closing time, and USC has the best closer out there. You're talking Sam Darnold, you're talking Ronald Jones, and let us not forget Mr. Ware today for what he did.
Yeah, by far, I thought Ware had his best game, and I love his energy, and I love the enthusiasm. He wanted the ball every opportunity that came to him, and I thought that for a counterpuncher, he came in and he gave some very serviceable minutes, but those runs were very explosive, and I thought it was wearing down Arizona's defense at times. But make no mistake about it, when it's time to shine in the fourth quarter and you need that play, you turn no further than number 14. Between him and Ronald Jones II, I think that those are the 2 best closers, not only in the Pac-12, but maybe in all of college football.
Yeah, for Ronald Jones to go for 194 and to have a 90-plus yarder taken off the board shows what kind of game he had.
Right, and what I love about it is the energy that he displays in the fourth quarter. He's as dynamic coming out of the backfield as he showed great hands on the sideline, but really it's his ability to get into that second level and put a team on their heels. I thought he did a great job of really kind of dictating the pace, and then again off a play-action pass, Sam Darnold in the pocket is as good as it gets.
And that touch pass, obviously, to Rideaux along the left sideline, that was just as pretty of a touch pass as you're going to see to help close out this ball game. So, Darrell, what the Trojans have done basically with the victory tonight is put themselves in terrific position for the Pac-12 South title. Obviously, you go on the road next week to Colorado. If you win that game, you win the Pac-12 South and advance to the Pac-12 title game on December 1st in Santa Clara. So, from the Coliseum, for Darrell Rideaux, this is Garry Paskwietz. You're watching WeAreSC.